And a good afternoon to everyone tonight. Hopefully, everybody's having a good day. If y'all see a little change of scenery for me, Autumn's in bed. She just ain't feeling good today. So I decided I'd set up in here uh, on the wall that we usually do our live on. So I want to thank everybody for coming in. And let's see who we got in the house today. All right. We got David. Welcome. It's good to see you. Sure enough, missed you. Hopefully, you're doing well. Miss Nisi, it's good to see you. Thanks so much for joining in and checking in on Autumn. That means a lot. We appreciate you. David, welcome in. Thank you so much for coming in. It's good to see you. Appreciate it. Welcome to you. Miss Karen, thank you so much for coming in. It's good to see you. Welcome to you as well. Miss Janet, it's good to see you. Thanks so much for coming in. It's good to see you. Welcome. We appreciate everybody for coming in here tonight. Got some results back a little bit on Autumn. Only one of the tests done came back. She had a echocardiogram and she had an ultrasound done. The ultrasound come back perfect. We're still waiting on the echocardiogram, and then they're going to send us next week for an ultrasound of her kidneys. She's had some swelling in her feet, ankles, and lower legs. We're just trying to get to the bottom of what's going on. They did an EKG, and it was perfect. They did blood work the other day, so I think I have to carry her back to the doctor Thursday, and then the one test is Wednesday, but we don't know when we're going to get those results back. But hopefully everything just comes back fine, and it's something that they can just figure out without anything major going on. Just keep her in your prayers. We'll be all right. The Lord's always with us. Appreciate you guys coming in, and I like to clear up a few things. I don't know about clear up, but the last video that I posted Monday, that thing has had like 300 comments on it and so many views. Things has changed since I made that video, and I don't know what's going on. I was contacted Saturday by email by Jared. Hey, I'm having trouble with YouTube. My channel's frozen. We'll get it figured out. We'll be back as soon as we can. Tell everybody I didn't forget them. I pray for them, whatever. I posted that video that I did Monday, but then about the time that video come out, all of a sudden his channel's disappeared, and on every platform, and phone numbers are changed, emails are changed, and myself, Jimmy, we're in contact with each other. We don't know anything really, and there was some comments on that video about a possible scam or some kind, but I don't know anything about it, and I figure if something like that was going on, there would be something to show for it. Somebody made a comment that there was a news report or paper or something that's about some sort of what's PayPal scam or something. I don't know anything about it, and I can't find out anything about it. And there was a comment on there. It said Donnie Laws, but I want you guys to know it was not Donnie. Jimmy reached out to Donnie, and Donnie said that it was not him, and he knew nothing about it. So whatever is going on, myself, Jimmy at Spooky Appalachia, and JD over at the Appalachian Storyteller and Donnie Laws, we are not a part of it. And we cannot get in contact with anyone, Jared, or any of them to find out what's going on. So just all I can say is just pray for them, and whatever comes of it will come of it. And, the Lord's always in control, whether it's good, bad, or ugly. And always remember this too, we have a merciful God that we all fall short of the glory, and He'll forgive us for it. But we do have to face consequences if something was done wrong, and that's just how it is. May, welcome in. Thank you so much for coming in. And Daryl, thank you so much for coming in. We all, just like Philip says there, we stay kinfolk strong. We keep together, and we're all family, and we pray through trials and tribulations, and things work out together for good, for them that love the Lord. And, we pray that all these things that are being said are not true. But like I said, we are not part of it. We don't know anything about it. And that's all I can say about it. And I just hate that his channel's gone, because that was 85,000 of you guys, supported, and now all that's just gone. But like I said, me and Jimmy are here, and Donnie Laws, and this Appalachian Storyteller, we're all here, and we're all going to keep trucking ahead, and we're going to keep doing what we do, sharing the stories of our Janet, it was Jared's channel that's gone. Donnie's is still here. Something's going on with Donnie's a little bit. Somebody made me aware that on his channel, his posts are gone. He even removed the option to make posts anymore. So he'll be doing videos and shorts and that kind of stuff. But as far as posts, that's not there anymore. So I don't know what's going on. It's just a big old mess right now, and we'll overcome it either way, however it turns out. But like I said, us, Spooky Appalachia and Appalachian Storyteller, Myers Tales of Appalachia, and Donnie Laws, our channel, we're just going to keep doing what we do, and keep sharing the stories and the history and all that good stuff. And Jana, that email that you're or not email, that comment, that was not actually Donnie. Whenever Donnie Laws comes on here, if you notice the little circle that's by the names, if it's anything that it's just like a random circle with a letter in it, that is not Donnie. He actually has, his is like mine is. Let me turn the camera off, like that one right there. But his is for Donnie Laws. And that's how you know that it's someone fake. And yes, Philip, you are right. JD did make the news. He was interviewed by his local news channel, and it's kind of spreading the word and awareness of his channel, and kind of celebrating him as a creator and all his hard work that he's done over the years with, spreading Appalachian history. So that was really awesome. So, oh, his video on Monday. Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't understand. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. There's just something going on with YouTube right now, and JD's a good man, and he's a doctorate, and all that music that's on his channel, he does that. He's a music professor and all sorts of stuff, so it's pretty neat. He's really good on his channel, and Donnie does really good work on his channel too. Spreading our history and telling how things used to be, and Jimmy's doing some really good work with his too. The last one he did was about the truck driver, the spirit encounters that they had. That was really cool. So some really good channels out there still, and welcome in, Ace. It's good to see you. Thanks so much for coming in. But it's just awesome to be a part of helping keep our Appalachian history alive, and we each do our own things, and Donnie does more of the traditional stories, history, and all that, and the Appalachian storyteller does the history, but he also does things that his granny taught it, some of the stories that she told him about. Welcome in, Raymond. It's good to see you. Thanks so much for coming in. Oh, yeah, I believe I've watched Hillbilly Files. They're a pretty good channel, sure enough. Sure enough. I've watched the Hillbilly Files a couple of times. So, pretty neat stuff. Oh, yeah, Granny Tollett stories are really good. So, I appreciate you guys always coming out here. Tonight, we plan on finishing up our Phantom Phenomena book, last reading, and then we'll just be digging into the creepy campfire stories, and then some of the other one that has some of the folklore and traditions and all that good stuff. We'll be getting into that, and oh man, but we just trying to keep on a trucking. And welcome in, Rachel. It's good to see you. Thanks so much for coming in. Really appreciate that. Welcome in. Ace, we've been kind of talking about that. We don't know what's going on with Jared. It seems like something's going on bad enough that he deleted his channel. Whether he just lost, I don't know, what would you say? Like he's just tired of all the stuff that's going on with YouTube and he canceled it, or there's some truth to the rumors. I don't know. We just know that he's cut ties with Jared King TV channel on all platforms, emails, and phone numbers is all I know. And we can't get through any with him in any way. I've tried it multiple times, but nothing goes through. So I don't know what's going on. Sure don't. All right, that's enough of me and gabbing. Let me get off of this screen, and we're going to dig into some good old stories. This one is called From the Darkness at the Sea. Let me show y'all this picture. The cover for this video, I did as close as I could get to this. It's about some sort of orb that appears over the beach. So now let me get off of here and let's just see how this goes. So far off, a restless coastline, a dim light glows stronger under the water. It wrenches its observers with fear as the light moves ever closer, revealing It's genuine horror. The location is Rockaway Beach in New York State. It's a late summer day in 2018. A hazy feeling as a soft, mysterious glow pierces the night. I am an avid believer in the paranormal and have had many experiences. But what I experienced in the summer of 2018 has stuck with me. I went on a late night trip to Rockaway Beach with a friend whom I will refer to as Jay. There's just something magical about having the beach to yourself with no throngs of human around. You can enjoy the majesty of the sea under a soft blanket of meditative darkness. It must have been at least after 10 p.m. when Jay and I got there and found parking. There were very few people around on that boardwalk. We walked until we could get onto the actual beach, since it's sectioned off at many points. As we removed our shoes and our feet were welcomed by the cool sand on a ramp-like walkway leading to the water. Before laying out the blanket I had brought with me, we found a secluded spot that was not far from the path leading back. We sat near the water's edge where we could listen to the song of the sea as the waves rolled in and on the shore and got talking about life. We spent a considerable amount of time conversing and gazing out toward the horizon and sea, which appeared almost inseparable as they merged into an abyss. During nighttime, the ocean appears an intense black, resembling ink, while the sky takes on a subtle shade of navy or deep purple. There was no moon, and it was cloudy. Additionally, there were no other sources of light nearby due to the dimly lit boardwalk and our considerable distance from any light source. As we sat talking, our voices carried off into that void by the cool sea breeze, barely a whisper above the roar of the restless waves. I saw something peculiar on the horizon. It was an extremely bright orb of light, so much so it looked like it could have been a star on the ocean. I found it odd, as it was luminous and just appeared out of nowhere. I mentioned this to Jay, and he noted it as well, but we continued to talk as I watched it, now focused on the only light out on the water. The sea returned to its familiar boundless darkness, but I could not help but feel perplexed by how something so radiant could vanish so suddenly beneath the waves without any indication of sinking or fading, as if it were being extinguished. When it happened, it made me wonder if I had really seen anything, and if I had, what it had been. Shortly after, I witnessed the reappearance of the same light, but this time it was much closer. Instead of moving at a right angle to the shoreline like before, it appeared to have a sense of purpose and moving diagonally across in a parallel to the shore. Surprisingly, it showed no signs of being influenced by the tide. and seemed to move even faster than previously observed. It was very close to us now, maybe 20 to 30 feet out, before it dipped under the water again and vanished without a trace. An unmistakable, unsurmountable feeling of dread washed over me. We weren't sure why we felt that way, but we could not shake the feeling at all. Thinking about it now makes me shudder. A feeling like that is not something you feel often, but when you do, it's like your senses are screaming at you to run. Your pulse and respirations quicken, and you enter that instinctual, primordial place of fight or flight. Despite that feeling, we stayed put to see what would play out, as we were both curious. Suddenly, an object emerged silently from the water on our right side, creating no noticeable ripples apart from the ones caused by the tide. It appeared to be 10 feet to 15 feet around. Jay and I stopped talking at this point, as we both felt very uncomfortable and seemed to hold our breaths to remain quiet. I couldn't make out very clear features, as I was afraid to really look at the thing, but Jay and I got the sense it was aware of us and it knew we were aware of it as well. Jay didn't have his glasses on, but from what he could discern, it was bipedal, tall, and looming. Its whole body had a sickly, ghastly yellow hue that seemed to emit a faint glow reminiscent of light fog. The closest comparison to its appearance would be that of a ghostly deep sea diver from a bygone era. "Do you want to stay?" Jay asked me quickly after a few moments. "No, let's go. I don't want to be like those people in the horror movies," I said. I knew we were both freaked out. Every cell in our bodies was nudging us. I quickly picked up my blanket and grabbed my shoes and hurried back, avoiding running, as that thing might have perceived it as a challenge or invitation for a chase. It was a little distance down from us, and I was glad we sat somewhere that it wasn't too far from the trail leading back to the boardwalk. There was a young woman hanging out by a lifeguard chair near the ramp. Jay asked me if I wanted to ask her if she could see it too. I nodded. "Excuse me," I tried to keep my voice even. "We're sorry to bother you, but can you see anything down there?" I pointed in the direction we came. I don't remember seeing anything when I looked back and felt concerned about this. "No, I don't see anything. Why?" the girl replied, her gaze fixed on the horizon, curious to discover any noteworthy signs. "Oh well, we thought we saw something weird just now, but it doesn't seem like it's there anymore." "Sorry to bother you," I responded, looking back again to where we saw that thing, only to see a deserted beach. "Be careful and stay safe," Jay said to the girl as we walked past her up the ramp. As we returned to the boardwalk, we took a quick glance toward the spot where we had spotted the mysterious figure. I'm not sure if it was a trick of the lighting, but I could have swore I glimpsed a faint yellow glimmer similar to the ghostly hue of whatever we had witnessed standing near the water near our previous location. It appeared to exist in a state between reality and illusion, with certain parts of its body faded while others faintly glowed. It appeared it was lost in thought, fixed on the sand. However, when I caught its eye, it suddenly turned its head toward me. Its glow grew stronger. I twisted my head and didn't look back after that. Jay and I got to the safety of his car before we looked at each other in disbelief. Hello, Jackie. It's good to see you. Welcome in. Thanks so much for coming in. Let's see. Jay drove me back to my house, and I couldn't shake the feeling that thing was still thinking of us or searching for us. I felt terrified even when I got to my house and got inside. The situation left Jay feeling shaken as well. I tried to do some research on my phone about this being and couldn't find anything conclusive. I never thought I'd see or experience something like this where I live. But it just goes to show you not to take anything for granted, that this world we live in is much stranger than we may ever know. Never ignore your feelings, especially feelings of dread. Wow. What a strange story that is. It makes you wonder, what was it? Was it some sort of, out of this world spaceship of some sort that was in the water hiding from people? Or was it spirits from a long lost wrecked ship there on the coast? Or was it some demonic or angelic thing? Who knows? Some of these stories, the answers that we ask, they may never be answered. Because it's just some strange stuff that goes on. All right, and for our final story, this one is called It Hunts at Night. Well, it hunts on fall nights. When your car crashes into something, the feeling of your heart sinks is universal. Thoughts race about what could it have been hit while climbing out. A person, a pet, or something much worse. The location is the roads of a residential area in a childhood town during the mid-October many years ago. The atmosphere is autumn's warmth with a heavy panic breathing. Back in my childhood town, it was a big deal when seasons changed from summer to fall. Where I lived, it was almost always a toasty 100 degrees. So when it finally dropped below 80 in mid-October, it felt like a miracle. People spent more time outside because they didn't have to worry about seething heat. Let's see. Hey, Robert, it's good to see you. Thanks so much for coming in. Welcome to you. I thought about an old friend 2 days ago. He called me out of the blue. Happens a lot to me. Powerful of the mind, maybe. It could be the power of the mind, or, some friendships are a lot closer than people realize. The video that we did last week about Niecy's great grandfather. He was a Civil War soldier, and he and all of his war brothers always got together as often as they could. And uh, one summer after planting time, he went to check on a friend, and he saw all these people that he knew who they were, but he couldn't place them. And when he got to his friend's house, he learned that his friend had passed. And while he was at his side mourning, holding his hand, his friend called his name and placed his hand on his shoulder. And he turned and talked to him. And he just wanted to make sure that his friend wanted him to make sure that he knew how much he appreciated him checking on him every year and being sure he was all right. And those people that he knew just so happened to be soldiers that he'd served with that had gone on before, who came to escort his friend to heaven. So friendships can be as close, if not closer, than family. All right, folks. Let's get into this story here. Where did I get to? I always loved to go outside with my friends and play until dinner. That was until it all started when I was 11. One or two neighborhood dogs would go missing here and there, but it seemed to only happen in the fall. Everyone knew about this thing that took pets, but nobody talked about it. My cat was one of the first victims. Even got into a fight with it at one point, and he barely escaped with his life. He was lucky. By the time I was 15, people wouldn't even go out with their kids unattended when autumn rolled around for fear of that thing. It was a local legend as far as I was concerned, too elusive for our paths to cross. At least until one day I was driving home one night after a long shift at work. I was about 16 and had just gotten my driver's license. I was pulling into my neighborhood like I had done many times before. I thought I saw something behind me, so I checked my mirrors. When I looked back, something big was darting in front of my car. My attempt to brake was in vain. I felt my car strike the thing. It flew back a few feet, but it immediately got up and kept running. It was all a blur, and I immediately started freaking out. What if that was one of my neighbor's pets, or even worse, one of my neighbors? I decided to make things right by attempting to follow it back, to follow it and check for any injuries. I couldn't live with myself thinking I had just severely injured something and may have just contributed to its death. Before I left, thought something in the back of my mind told me to be cautious. I reached into my glove compartment, grabbed a sharp glass breaker. Leaving the car, I immediately noticed a trail of blood on the pavement. My face tightened up as I thought I really hurt that thing. I stepped down into the brush. I was surrounded by tall, lush bushes and plants, their leaves brushing against me as I fumbled with my phone's feeble light. It was barely able to pierce through the thick darkness. I walked for a minute or two until I heard a little kid crying. I started freaking out, believing I'd hit a child. Smaller towns seemed to be easy pickings for cryptid activity. If I didn't help the kid quickly, I could be in big trouble. I picked up my pace when suddenly, out of the brush from the direction where I heard the crying, something jumped out and tackled me to the ground. I dropped my phone. It was snarling and grabbing at me with the intent to kill me. This thing was small. Either it was like it was fighting another teenager. I kicked it off and reached for my pocket and firmly grabbed the glass breaker. It lunged at me again, but this time I stabbed it right in the middle of the chest. It started to freak out, letting loose these horrendous screams as it darted off into the darkness. I ran back to my car as fast as possible and drove home faster than ever before. It covered me with scratches and blood, but nothing lethal. I told my parents what had happened, and of course, they did not believe me. My parents had me take concussion tests the following morning, but it showed that I was mentally healthy. That didn't matter though, because nobody believed me. At a certain point, I just stopped telling the story. All I have to say, no more pets or people went missing after that. I escaped with my life, but even more than that, I may have saved a few more lives along the way. The Enfield monster sightings in 1973 in Illinois generated significant attention and media coverage. Eyewitnesses described a grotesque creature standing 4 or 5 feet tall with a muscular build and 3 powerful legs. It was rough, scaly gray skin and piercing red eyes. The creature allegedly struck some individuals, causing scratches and bruising. Despite efforts to track it down, the Enfield monster disappeared without a trace, leaving the community perplexed. The mystery surrounding its true nature and origin remains unsolved, leading to speculation and intrigue. Oh my goodness, what a story. These stories tonight were crazy. Well, I'm tired. I've had a long day. Uh, the man and the lady on the beach just having a good time at night, as myself, Alderman Hope, love the beach at night. Dark beach, no lights around, and all of a sudden this glowing yellow orb appears off in the distance, and then it comes closer, disappearing into the water, gets up to you, and then comes up out of the water again. It's crazy. I wouldn't know what to do. Welcome in, Miss Betty. It's so good to see you. Thanks so much for coming in. I appreciate it. And the other story about, this person driving home and hit something thinking that it was an animal or something, wanted to track it down, heard it sound like a child, but then when it got to it, it attacked. It makes you wonder if there's some sort of truth to werewolves or something. I don't know. A lot of these creatures it's hard to explain and come up with an idea of what they actually are. But that's what that one sounds like. A teenager or a child that somehow has gotten the werewolf type things going on. I don't know. The fall thing doesn't make sense either. It could be some sort of animal that only is active in that area during the fall or something, like a migratory animal or something. But I don't know. I don't know how all these things work, but sure enough, strange. This book's been really awesome. I'm glad that we got through it. It was the Phantom Phenomena book. It tells of the world's most terrifying and supernatural events. Book. I really like that. And last week we actually started our first story from the Creepy Stories, Creepy Campfire Stories, Spine-Chilling Tales to Scare and Share. It's actually part of the same Darkness Prevails series by Carmen Carrion. So that's pretty neat. These books are literally by the same person. And we have one more that we'll be digging into. It's got some, as we went over last time we went live, all those different folklore and traditions and all that stuff. That was pretty cool. Boy, I tell you, today I have been so busy. I got up yesterday. We took Autumn to the doctor, got her medicines, and got her seen and took care of, and went over to Dad's and went and got battery for his lawnmower. And today I got the battery put on and got his yard in the field mode, which we made the field where we had squash, zucchini, and corn last year. We got it mowed finally, so maybe we can get some more of that stuff planted this year. Then I tilled. There was a little patch in the middle of the garden that I had left where tomatoes were. We got that part tilled, so now the entire garden's tilled. And we got little potato plants about this tall, and the onions are about this tall. And I'm trying to get him where he'll get up in time to go Sunday and get some cabbage plants. And we'll do some cabbage and tomatoes and all those type things right now. And then next month we'll be planting the rest of the stuff that we're wanting to plant. So maybe once we get some more going over there and get some plants up, we'll go live over there and share what we got going over there. And trying to find somebody with a tractor that will turn our that big field for us for the corn and squash and zucchini and watermelons. Yep, yard work. That's what I did today. Got his yard done and got just all kinds of work done. Well, hi, Carolyn. It's good to see you. Thanks so much for coming in. Appreciate it. You'll have to watch back to listen to the neat stories. But like I said earlier, for you guys just coming in, we really do not know what's going on with Jared right now. I can confirm that Jared King TV is no more. Not on YouTube, Instagram, any of that stuff. It's all gone. There's no email, no phone numbers. The P.O. box is gone. Me, myself, Jimmy, Donna, we can't get in touch with them. Don't know what's going on. Like I said, there's been rumors in the comments. We don't have any proof that any of that stuff's true. But all I know is just pray for them, and whatever's going on will work out, whether it's something bad that's happened or we don't know none of that stuff. Just keep them in your prayers, and may God see them through whatever's going on. And us over here at Myers Tells Appalachia, we're just going to keep it going, doing our live streams with the stories from the books. And I actually have 2 submissions. Miss Niecy Blair sent her husband another story from David in today. And then last week I got one from our awesome brother Harold that yeah, Miss Carol, we just don't know what's going on. We just don't know. They could be just, taking a break right now. YouTube may have just taken this stuff away. I don't know. I'm not going to make no speculations of what's going on. Just keep me in your prayers is all I can say. But, me and Donnie and Jimmy and JD, we're just going to keep on going and keep our train on the tracks and just continue with what we're doing. Keep our Appalachian history out there, one story at a time and one video at a time, one post at a time. And if y'all stick with us, we'll keep going. If you guys get tired of it, we'll hang it up, I guess. I mean, that's the only thing I can say. We just keep trucking and doing everything that we can. And, that's 4 channels for sure. 2 big ones, and I'm a no-name, and Jimmy's somewhere in the middle there, but we're just doing our best to keep these stories and history alive. And just like Philip said, kinfolk strong. Continue, whether Jared has a channel for you guys or not, continue to pray for each other. That's, kinfolk strong is whether we have a channel or not. We just continue to pray for everybody that needs it. And I, like everybody else, I'm not perfect. I have to ask the Lord forgive me every day for stuff. But we still thank Him for everything that we do. Unfortunately, I don't get to go to church because I have to work all the time. But now that's flattering, but I can think of so many people that's better than me. I appreciate that though. But like I said, we just support each other, and we appreciate you guys for sticking with all of us. For you guys watching the videos and giving us a thumbs up, liking it, sharing it out with everybody, and helping us grow. We all appreciate that. And you guys is what makes this worth it. We're kinfolk strong. All of us Appalachian folks have to stick together. And that's what happens. When we see a need, we try to pray for that and keep everybody close at hand. So we appreciate you guys coming in and watching and supporting, and we appreciate each and every one of you guys. We'll let y'all go on this Thursday night. Hopefully y'all have the good rest of your week. Enjoy the weekend. Stay safe, and we'll see y'all next week. Thank y'all so much, guys. We sure appreciate y'all.